it's a Jewish saying, never wrestle with a pig. You both get dirty and the pig likes it. And I'm not calling anybody names. I'm not saying that family members are pigs or anything like that. I'm on a road trip in Ruby, my camper van, from Vancouver to Sedona, Arizona. And I thought I'd stop in California here at the Devil's Playground and share 6 or 7 ideas for what to do when you feel like a family member is attacking you. And the family member who is not happy with me called me the devil's spawn. I'm going to start by reading a snippet of one of the many texts that they've been sending, and then share 7 ways that I'm coping. You don't care about people. Why are you making money off of blabbering? Take some advice rather than spewing BS. It makes me so angry to think you are guiding people that don't know better. Every single self-help book out there is worthless to me because you are giving advice. You just want money. There were a lot of other things that were said that were worse than this, and it's been going on over a series of months now. And I chose this little snippet because it really represented how much pain the other person is in. And that's why I wanted to start with compassion. And that's my first tip on how to cope when a family member is attacking you. I can feel the depth of the pain and the anger and the hurt, decades of hurt that is coming through those text messages. And I feel so sad for the other person. I mean, it's one thing to feel attacked and be like, oh, it's not true. I am not just doing this for the money, and all the defenses aside. Like, it hurts, and that's one thing. It hurts me. What hurts me more is the idea that someone I really do love is so angry and is in so much pain. And so the compassion that I feel is for the depth of the pain that the other person is in. And all that pain that is coming through that you may be feeling from a family member, whether it's on the phone or in person or even in a text message or a letter, the more angry you feel at somebody and the more that you hate them and the more bitterness and unforgiveness or whatever it is that you feel, the higher that is. That means you've given more and more power to them. And that's what makes me feel really sad for this person. They've given me all this power to make them so angry, and so angry that they're not even going to read other self-help books or look at other self-help videos, or their anger and their disappointment and their pain in me is causing them to change how they see the world, and it affects what kind of help they're getting and how they feel and how they interact with people. So when you're feeling attacked or criticized, know that there's such deep pain there that you can't, well, I can't be angry, and I can't return it with even self-defense. All I can do is just let it go by and let it go through instead of actually engaging with it. So the first tip might involve being more compassionate to yourself, and that might involve facing the truth of what they're saying. I've said, yeah, I can see the truth in what you're saying, and I'm sorry that it happened, although I'm sorry that it happened. If I could do it over again today, I would. That's all I can do right now. The second tip is to accept the person's story for what it is. So when your family member is accusing you of doing stuff, whether or not you did it, whether or not your memory is totally different, the fact is the family member thinks this and believes it, and your family member feels that way for specific reasons that they feel totally justified and totally enraged for. And that's fair. That's their opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. However, at some point, and after a few texts like this, I started thinking, you know, this isn't healthy for me, and I actually don't think it's healthy for the family member. I have enough stuff. I remember somebody once told me, I have enough shit in my own life. I don't need to take on yours. She wasn't saying that to me. She said that actually to somebody else in front of me, but that runs through my head quite often. I do. I have enough going on in my own life, trying to figure out what I'm doing without going into text messages like this and defending myself or engaging at all. And that's actually my third tip, is to respond if you feel led. I have apologized in the past, and this time I just feel led to just take a break for a while and heal and allow maybe that person to heal as well. So if your family member is attacking or criticizing you, Respond in some way if you feel led to do it. You may not. You may just not know what to say. You may just say, I don't know what to say and I can't even talk about this right now because I'm not sure what's going on or whatever. Because I don't think it's fair if the person tells you all this stuff, even if it's an attack, and you just ignore it completely. That makes the person not feel heard. So I know my family member knows they've been heard because I have said, I hear what you're saying and I apologize. And at this point, I'm saying I'm taking a break. So this person knows that I'm not going to be responding for a while. So if possible, I encourage responding in some way instead of just totally cutting it off. But that's not always possible, and I totally get it. You have to go with what feels right to you. The fourth thing that works for me is not to start defending myself. I apologized for the pain that I've caused in the past. Who I am now is not who I was then. Therefore, I'm not going to spend my time and energy defending myself now for who I was back then. I know a lot more now, and so do you. You are wiser, stronger, more compassionate. You know yourself better now. You're more loving and free and peaceful now. Don't allow anyone to take you back to who and where you were in the past, especially if it was negative, and especially if you did things that you regret, because that stuff is over. It's over, it's done. Don't let anybody drag you back down. The final thing is to leave the door open a little bit. So for me and this family member, I am taking a break, like I said, and the door will be open for future communication if we're both in the right space and if it seems positive and healthy and good for both of us. And you can say this to your family member. You can say, right now, I just can't deal with this. Maybe we should just take 6 months, a break, almost like a marriage separation, where you just take some time to think, maybe to heal and grow, go to your room and reflect on what you have done. And then you come out a little bit wiser and stronger with a little bit more ability to deal better with the situation. Hold that person up in your prayers or in your heart and know that the pain that they're in is real, and they really, really feel what they feel, and they believe what they're saying, and it hurts. Take good care of yourself, because you are worth taking good care of, especially when someone is attacking you. Mwah! Okay, now I want to share something that is so cool. I was driving from Oregon and I was coming down and I wanted to go through Nevada, through Death Valley. And twice I tried, and twice I had to turn back because of snowy mountain passes. And I was well, actually that's not true. I wasn't so upset, but I was like, I really just want to go through Death Valley. I love the desert, but I have to turn back. And so I had to go all the way down California and then all the way down to Bakersfield, Southern California, and then come up through the Nevada and Arizona portion. And last night I stayed in Barstow. I was in Barstow and I'm like, why is Barstow familiar? Who do I know in I don't know anybody in Barstow, California. And it took me about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours in Barstow. Byron Katie comes from Barstow, California. I love Byron Katie. I'm putting her videos on my channel because she has helped me grow and question my thoughts and find so much peace and freedom and joy. She's from Barstow. And I was like, how do I know Barstow? And then I'm in the middle of Barstow last night. Katie! I didn't actually see her, but she is from there and I really like it. It's kind of a rougher place. It's on Route 66, so it's part of that whole famous road trip that I have no interest in taking, but it's very famous. And there was a movie too, Route 66, I think. So so I'm in Barstow, in my spiritual mentor's favorite place. No, I don't know if it's her favorite place, but it's now mine. I had a great sleep by the library. So if you're going through in your camper van, if you're going through Barstow, the library has it's a beautiful place to sleep.